Welcome and ting back with another video for you all. And today we're gonna watch this one here, and it's called 10 Things About Romania That Would Shock Americans. I'm not American, but let's see if it's gonna shock me. Let's YouTube it simmer and see what this family living in Romania has to say about this.
No.
No, I gotta go.
Pablo.
Bye. Thanks for joining. Are we done?
Hey guys, welcome to our vlog today. Say hi. Mila wanted to join us today, so hopefully we can get through the video with her. Right? Yeah. Today we want to discuss 10 things about Romania that would shock Americans. Us being Americans, our friends back home, sometimes they're like, what? That doesn't make sense. So we thought we'd share our top 10 things about Romania or things that happen in Romania that would shock Americans.
All right, let's hear it.
What are you confused about?
I live in
I'm
America.
confused. I'm thinking what would shock people.
I already have a list.
Oh.
I come prepared. Okay. Number 1, you have to pay a tax if you want to travel outside of the city you live in. If you want to drive your vehicle outside of the city that you live in.
Yes.
So you can't just go take a weekend trip. You have to think ahead of time and pay the tax. I think you can pay it, like yearly in advance. So you can even just go to the gas station and pay, what's it called? Rovineta?
Yeah.
Thanks. Did I say it right? Can you say Rovineta? Oh. So, yeah, like I said, you can't just take a weekend trip somewhere like you can in the States.
You can.
And in the States, they do have, especially like on the East Coast, they have tolls. So it's kind of a similar thing, but I mean, as far as like the western part of the country, there are no tolls.
Okay, now you see, this is what I thought when she said that. At first I was like, what? You have to pay a tax, but you have to pay tolls here. You know, my friend lives in Virginia, and he has to travel like an hour and 10 minutes to get closer to Washington, D.C., where he works. And he's got to pay several tolls before he even get to his destination. So it's just kind of the same thing. Now, what I would like to know is how much it costs, or how much is the tax. Comment down below, tell me how much is that tax that she speak of. But that's exactly what I thought when she said that. Let's keep going.
Tolls. You could drive for days and days without needing to pay a toll. Yeah, in the United States.
Yeah.
So here, obviously, it's different. If we go outside of our city, Brașov, we have to make sure that is current, the Rovineta, so that we don't get fined for it.
But it's not as difficult as it sounds.
No, it's easy. You gotta go to the gas station, but that's strange for Americans to think that you can't just up and plan your trip. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta think about that.
Lot of people on the road.
Actually, that's weird.
Okay, number 2. At a restaurant, the servers will not take your credit card out of your sight. In America, they take your card, they go to the back, do whatever, charge it, come back. Here, they bring their little machine to the table. They will never leave with your card, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's the
So-
best system, actually.
Yeah, they won't actually take your credit card out of your sight.
Number 3.
Number 3. I don't know if this is normal at all, but at least
It's normal here in our city, at least, in Romania, I think.
I think it's just with our doctor, because she's cool. She's super cool. It's perfectly normal to call, text, email your doctor personally. Your
Yeah.
family doctor.
Yeah, directly.
Actually, any doctor. Because when you have surgery,
When I was texting my surgeon, asking him some questions or things that went wrong afterward. I had his personal cell phone number that I was texting him questions. In the States, man, absolutely not. Like,
you can't
have
do that?
you have to go through, I mean, you can email your doctor,
Yeah.
but it goes to the assistant, who then will maybe get a message to your doctor, but you can't just email your doctor. You
I don't
can't just
even remember.
call or text your doctor at all. So that would definitely shock some Americans, that you can get in touch with your doctor directly.
I think that would
very
be more
easily.
shocking going back. Because we got used to that.
True, yeah. It would be
And quite frankly, that's kind of like how it is when I was home. You communicate with your doctor personally, you know what I mean, and thing. Unless you go to the hospital and stuff, and then your doctor shows up there for real, which is normal, I guess. But you could go to the doctor. So I remember when I was a kid and I got sick. or my mom called the doctor, and the doctor came to the house, and the doctor gave me the shot himself. Because for some reason I had a high fever, and then I started to have a illusion. I became illusional and stuff like that. I was seeing rats running around everywhere. I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't remember. My mom might know, but I was really sick. And the doctor, Dr. Radix was his name, came to the house and gave me a shot. It wasn't a nurse. It wasn't like an assistant or anything. The doctor himself came to the house. It may have changed some there, but you have a secretary, but not a nurse in the doctor's office, just a secretary, somebody to say, hey, the doctor will see you now and stuff like that. But never a nurse. The doctor takes your temperature and does all of that himself. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that was like the old fashioned way of doing it. So I guess we are more, our way of life is more sort of like a European way because, we're a British colony and stuff. And a lot of the old ways of the European politics and culture sort of stuck with the island. But, I dig what she's saying.
Hard going back and being like, what? I can't just talk to my doctor?
Aren't you my homeboy?
Ask them a quick question?
I thought we were cool.
Number 4.
Packages. When you order something and it comes to your house, they will not leave it on your doorstep. You have to be home, right?
Not necessarily. You can
Yes.
arrange things.
But in general, in the States, when you order a package, if you're not there, they just leave it on your doorstep. Unless you specify that someone has to be there to get a signature. Here, it's just common practice. If there's a delivery, they...
Where I am, it depends on who is the delivery because you have UPS, you have the post office, and then there's other like smaller delivery people. I live like right behind me. There's a main street. It's 4th Avenue, and I've had people just leave my package outside on the sidewalk. I've had it happen to me a couple of times, and it was like equipment, it was a mic and something like that, and they just left it there. And luckily, I had just gotten off work, and there's my package sitting there. It haven't happened in a while because I had to tell them, well, the landlord, his business is downstairs. Just go in there. The secretary will sign for it. His secretary will sign for it, and I'll get my packages sometimes. And a lot of times they wouldn't deliver it and leave it there, but I guess it just depends on the driver. But I've had packages just left out there on that busy street. Well, busy for these standards here, just left out there.
Take it
You have
your
to be home.
house, yeah. Sometimes they give you a PIN number that you have to give to the delivery person, or your ID. I've had to use my ID a few times before,
Yeah,
but
it's very
it's actually
secure.
safe.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this before. Maybe share.
Number 5.
Yes, number 5 is expect to pay for your friends on your birthday or anyone you invite to celebrate your birthday. You're expected to pay for everybody else, which is why I don't really like celebrating my birthday personally. That's one of the reasons
Is
why.
that why you didn't do something for my 40th birthday this year?
You didn't pay for it. What? We planned something for you.
What'd you plan?
It was your daughter who actually planned it all. She wanted to.
Okay.
She actually wanted to. I had something else in mind and she's like, no, I'm taking over this time.
So yes, you do pay for other people on your own birthday, which is backwards to Americans. Americans, you get treated on your birthday.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Okay, now on birthdays back home, everybody treats you. That's kind of different there. Comment down below, is that a tradition there or is it just regional like everything else? Because I know on my birthday back on the island, people would bring over drinks and a little bit of a little bit of green stuff and thing for us to partake in and thing. Hey man, I'm coming over, man. I'm bringing the rum. Hey man, I'm coming over. I'm bringing the ganja. You know what I'm saying? So people treat you there for your birthday. So I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know if that one is real.
There's a saying I use here that mold is a way of life. Every building almost here will have mold in it. Whether it's a brand new apartment, whether it's an older house, during the winter times, the colder months, you will get some mold in your house. Whether it's usually just around the windows or around the doors, yeah, you'll find black mold. And I know black mold in America, that is like Yeah, pretty much. It's horrible. People will move. And because it's different. Here, the houses are made like from concrete, cement. So it's not, the mold is not permeating through the entire house. It's like surface, right?
And next bathroom.
Yes, there was some mold in Carolina's bathroom that we had to take care of. And that's just common here. Nobody's gonna move because of mold. You just take care of it and move on and check it next week. Literally, even in our apartment that we used to live in, that was a fairly new apartment, right? And the mold around the windows would get awful in the wintertime. I would have to check every single week.
Woo, bad.
I have to spray it every week. So people are used to that. It's not a big deal. Whereas in the States, that's a huge deal.
Truth be told, it's just poor building quality. I know some people will get offended, but that's the fact.
Or building quality here.
Ready.
All over Romania, like the way houses are built are just
The insulation around the windows.
and that's just a problem here.
I'll add one little comment on that as far as the building things. Be careful when you're walking in a lot of buildings around here if you're not from here, because their steps are different sizes.
That's the old ones
Even some of the newer apartment complexes, like
that we lived in.
the ramps for you to put your stroller or somebody in a wheelchair are like, they're like this steep. It's impossible to get a stroller up. Or their steps, the sizes would be, this, the next one would be even taller, the next one shorter. So you have to really pay attention when you're walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 7.
Number 7.
Best number in the world.
Where's number 9?
It'll
It's
come
coming.
up pretty soon. Just wait. Number 7 is 0 tolerance. So if you want to have a drink at dinner, even if it's just one glass, half a glass, whatever, you cannot drive afterward.
In Romania.
In Romania, you will get your license if you are stopped and they do the breathalyzer, and they do random breathalyzers on people. They just stop random cars. You don't have to be driving crazy, and they do a breathalyzer. And if you have even a 0.1, 0.001,
0.001.
you will get your license taken away.
Which is crazy for a European country, but at the same time, there's a
Makes
lot of
sense, too.
there's a lot of accidents here with drunk driving.
Yeah, and I just feel like I hear people in the States, they're on their 4th DUI or something, driving under the influence, driving while intoxicated. And they just get a slap on the wrist and they go and do the same thing again. So I think there maybe should be a balance between the two. Because obviously
Western Europe.
one drink or half a drink is not going to really
Do anything.
affect you or affect most people. But it is a safer law to have than they do in the States.
Actually, this summer on our trip to the US, I had a few freak out moments because our friends, we would go for dinner out or just hang out somewhere, and they'll order a beer or a drink, and they'll be the ones driving. I'm like, what are you doing? You can't do that. And then they're like, what are you talking about? This is America, and we have certain percentage that we can have a beer or whatnot. But yeah, I was freaking out, and I think that was more shocking for me. But yeah.
I don't know what the laws are like back home on drinking and driving. No, I'll have to talk to my brother. But I know when I was a kid, the bus drivers back home, it's all privately owned. We don't have public transportation. It's all, they call them mini buses. And it's like these little minivans that people put seats in, hold like 15 people. Oh yeah, they drink and drive. So they'll be driving on the street, man, and music is blasting in the back and everybody's like rocking. And he's like, they drink and drive back then when I was there. They may have strengthened the laws a little bit. I have to check on that though.
Okay, there's only 3 left. Number 8, new moms. If you've just had your baby and you've had a job, like you've been working, you get 2 years paid maternity leave.
You get 2 years here?
Yeah,
I know
you
you
get
get-
2 years. It's paid like 80% of your pay, but for 2 years. And I think you've had to have your job for a certain amount of years. You can't just get hired one day, have a baby, a month later, and
Yeah.
have 2 years off. That's not how that works. But if you're a Romanian, obviously I didn't get that because when I had Mila, because I'm American. So you have to be Romanian.
Because I'm your sugar daddy. Just kidding, I'm not a sugar daddy.
And Mila's back. So Yeah, so that's pretty awesome that you can get 2 years
You're in the
off.
doghouse, buddy.
Number 9 is not just to Romania. That is definitely more of a
Outside of the U.S.
outside of the United States thing. But no shoes in the house, right? You cannot wear your shoes inside the house. People here, they have house slippers instead. They even have house slippers for their guests who come over.
It's kind of gross, actually.
When you think, oh, yeah, I don't like using
To
other
share,
people's guest
yeah.
slippers. I'm like, ew.
It's like,
no,
nah.
I'm good. I'd rather go barefoot.
Yeah, which is all weird.
That's not weird for me. I always like to go barefoot, even in the wintertime. But yeah, so that's just an American thing. And there are several people in America that also take their shoes off. We're not saying all Americans wear shoes in their house. That's not true. But
That's similar to the island. Take your shoes off. And there's another rule on the island too. Do not go half naked in the house. Like, I'd go to somebody's house and they're sitting in the living room half naked and stuff on the island. No, you don't go half naked. I'm the man, I could go half naked. No, no, no. You put your shirt on, buddy. You're not sitting there around here half naked. I don't know why that is. But that was a rule back home. And when I was growing up, I mean, I still don't go half naked in my house. I just don't. It's like ingrained in my head, So different cultures, different vibes, I guess.
But in general, you don't need to take your shoes off when you go to someone's house in America. And even here, when we tell people when they come over, you don't have to take your shoes off if you don't want to, whatever you're comfortable with. That's just our Americanness coming out when we say that.
Yeah. Do what you want, because America.
And finally, number 10
Number 10.
Last one.
is,
Number 9.
I just said number 9.
No shoes in the house.
Okay, finally, the last one, number 10 is you have to pay for your surgeries ahead of time here. That's just shocking to me when that happened, when I had to pay for my gallbladder surgery. And they're like, okay, come in a few days before and you need to pay your bill. I was like, what? In America, they bill you, right? They'll send you a bill later, after the fact. Even a couple weeks, month after the fact. I don't know how long it takes.
Because in America, these things cost millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
it's pretty much the equivalent of $1 million.
You
It's
can't pay your
ridiculous.
surgery
No.
just on the spot ahead of
No.
time. But here, I mean, it was still expensive. I think my surgery was
$1,000.
4,000 lei, so $1,000,
Approximately.
and you had to pay that up front.
That was
And-
before inflation.
And a lot of times you can get, I can't remember the phrase now, but
Coupons.
basically it's like a coupon from your family doctor to get some of the price off and whatnot. But yeah, that is very strange, and it would be very strange for Americans to pay for your surgery before you even have it. That's unheard of.
You had 2 surgeries already.
I've had 2 surgeries
2 or
here,
3?
and only one, and I've had 1 surgery in America and 2 surgeries here.
And which was better?
Both were fine. Comparable. They were both just fine. I did have a lot of friends back in the States nervous that I was gonna have my baby here in Romania. They thought I should go back to the States to have the baby, and
Think
it worked
about
out
it.
fine. So those were just some of the top 10 things we could think of that are common here in Romania that would totally shock Americans. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. We hope
Okay, that was quite interesting. Comment down below. Tell me, expand more on what they're saying there, because I know there's a lot of Romanians and stuff watching what I do here. So, you know what I mean? Let me know what the vibe is and thing. You understand? I thoroughly, I enjoyed this, you know what I mean? It was good to hear it from an American perspective living there, you know what I mean? I would like to find a video from a Romanian perspective, you know what I mean? Or somebody who was born and raised there and is living there their whole life and, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I leave a link in the description to this video. Go check out these folks' channel, see how they do it and thing. I'll also leave other links here to videos that I have watched concerning Romania. In the meantime, man, y'all take care of each other, all right? Cool runnings.